The Graph altcoin is now up 23.3% in the last 24 hours, making it the top performing altcoin in the top 100. And in this video, we're going to talk about the significance of this breakout right here. What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. I'm real excited about this one here. It's been a great day for Graph investors, and if you're serious about including cryptocurrency in your overall wealth building strategy, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and activate the notifications. But let's get right into it and talk about why I believe we could be setting up for the largest swing trade opportunity to go long since we reached our all-time highs on February 12th of this year. As you can see, since that point, we have been consolidating and we have formed what is known as a falling wedge chart pattern here. So let's take a moment and talk about exactly what that is. Now, there are multiple types of wedge patterns, but in general, a wedge pattern is a pattern marked by converging trend lines on a price chart. The two trend lines are drawn to connect their respective highs and lows of a price series over the course of 10 to 50 periods. So one of the things I always like to do on this channel and in my TA is I always want to make sure that we are checking off all boxes. And so let's see, are we in between 10 and 50 periods? Yep, we're 45. And this visual right here shows you what the textbook falling wedge looks like. And if you compare that to what Grit's doing right now, I mean, this is pretty close. And you guys know who watch this channel regularly, I am one for clean chart patterns. I never try and stretch anything. I always just try and talk about what I'm seeing. And even though this looks like a bearish pattern, it's actually a reversal type pattern. So let me read this to you. Studies suggest that a wedge pattern will break out towards a reversal, a bullish breakout for falling wedges and a bearish one for rising wedges, but we're concerned with the falling. That will happen more often than 2/3 of the time, with a falling wedge being more of a reliable indicator than a rising wedge. So as always, when we talk about trading, nothing is guaranteed, but there is a high probability that we are going to be breaking out to the upside. And as I zoom in right here, you can see we did just have a daily close above this trend line, which came on increasing volume. What does that mean, folks? It means this could be, and it looks like it is, going to be a bullish breakout. Nothing's guaranteed, but this is looking great. And in a few moments, we're going to talk about exactly how high this breakout could go. But first, let's just talk about some other indicators that are supporting this thesis. So the first indicator I'd like to talk about is the MACD, or the moving average convergence divergence. So you've got two moving averages here, and when you see the one over the shorter time frame cross over the one of the longer, in this case a 26-day moving average, that is a bullish indicator. You can see we've had all this red declining momentum for a long time, all the way since the all-time high back on February 22nd, when we hit it on February 27th. There's been a lot of pain here for Grit investors, but we just turned bullish. And the next indicator I want to use just to really drill this point home on why I'm pretty bullish right now is that the relative strength index has just broken its downward trend line and confirmed it with the close of the daily candle that we just saw here as well. And another thing I'll point out is we are at 55. And in general, you can see this thing get heated up to 70, and in cryptocurrencies, even 80. And we saw in the graph, it got almost to 90 before it was overbought. So what's that mean here, guys? It means there could potentially be a lot of room to run. Again, nothing's guaranteed, and this is not financial advice, but this is what the charts are telling us. The probabilities are in our favor right now to go long. And so what we've done here is we have switched to a 4-hour time frame. So each of these candles represent 4 hours of price action instead of the daily charts, which we were looking at earlier for the record. And so what I've done is I've drawn the yellow lines, which are significant areas of resistance, and I've drawn the blue lines, which are areas of support if we happen to break down. So we will talk about both sides. I always like to cover both the bullish and the bearish scenarios on this channel. And also, if you're excited about this potential breakout like I am, go ahead and smash that like button, as it will help this video perform in the YouTube algorithm. And before we talk about these specific levels, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you guys that in general, falling wedges have the potential, the breakout has the potential to rise all the way back up to the top of the wedge. So what I am saying to you is that it is very possible that we could see $2.80 or $2.90. And then, hey, look, guys, if we break out there, we'll do another video, we'll do an update. But, you know, if we get to new all-time highs, then the sky is the limit and we could potentially keep running upwards. So yeah, it is possible within the next 1 to 2 weeks that we could retest these old highs. It could finally be time for that. I've been on crypto Twitter a lot lately, and if you guys want to follow me there, my handle is at CRAnthony3. But the grit community has been rooting hard for this coin. We have not wavered in faith, and I think we may about to be rewarded here. So let's talk about this. On the way up, you can see the first line of resistance is at $1.85, and we are literally sitting there right now. And if we continue breaking up from there, you can see we hit this resistance here. This was played as support here, and that is at $2.13. It should also be mentioned that $2 could serve as a bit of resistance as well because it is a psychological level. Beyond that, we've got $2.32. So these are all different levels where you could consider scaling out if you're trying to trade this. This is not trading advice, but these are levels that I would be looking at, and I will be looking at as a trader myself, and they are points to consider. But if you are someone who just holds long, just know that it is possible we could be heading back upwards, and that in itself is exciting. Now, if things start to go wrong and go south for us here, here's what we're going to be looking for to not happen. We don't want to see this price break down really below this orange line at all, which of course at this moment, if that happened, it would have to break basically below $1.60. If it came down below there, then we could be heading back into this formation, which I doubt will happen, but is always a possibility. If that does happen, we could see potentially a price as low as $1.46. And then we have our uptrend. You can see it's very faint here, but this line here is the overall uptrend. And if we were to hit that, that would be a line that I would expect to see hold as support as well. That would be at roughly $1.40 if it happened within the next 24 to 48 hours. And of course, that will rise over time. So let me know in the comment section, when did you begin investing in grit? Did you get in before this price high on February 12th, or are you a newer investor like I am? Because I myself started investing in this thing a little bit after the last all-time high. So I'm particularly excited to not only be in the green on my investment, but to potentially see this thing shatter its old all-time highs over the next coming weeks. Anything can happen, but it is definitely possible and looks like we could be headed further upwards. Thank you for watching and enjoy the ride.